Welcome back to Riding Bikes in San Diego. If you looked at the last video I put up, it was about riding in the San Luis Obispo area. I was on Higuera trying to be on Broad Street because I got lost. I didn't look at the map very carefully, which is fine because if you're going to be lost in a town you don't know, a beautiful day on a bike is when to do it. I wanted to, once I got my bearings here, I was over at the intersection of Higuera and Madonna and made my way up there from the drive-in theater, and we just hung a right on South Street, which is also Route 227 for those really keeping track. And this will take me over to Broad Street where I'm trying to go. And after being in the downtown area, I was very impressed by the bike infrastructure, just by all the green and barriers and clear designs to support people on bicycles. This road, this is actually far more what I'm used to. A little bit of paint, it stops and starts. This is really accommodating drivers, but you know, it's on the south end of town, and I have to start kind of wondering about the local economy and about the way people move up here. I'm on this street because I'm lost, but I'm also going to be on this street again more in my visit because I need to get to the west side of the freeway, and this is the route I need to take to get there. Maybe if I were staying in a place more in the college town area, I wouldn't have that challenge, but I'm not. So, you know, it's all contextual. All of this design is contextual. But I gotta say, this is not the worst bike lane I've ever been in. It's just paint, and it keeps giving way to right-hand turns. But we're passing a area. I think this is Meadow Park, or we're getting onto Meadow Park soon. But this is a pretty nice stretch, and you know, I'm enjoying it. This bike lane could probably be on the inside of the buffer. One of the things I'm thinking about as a difference between riding up here, you know, and riding in San Diego. San Diego has some strange roads and routes because we have a lot of changes in elevation. We have big changes in typography, right? We have canyons, and we have gorges, and we have valleys. The terrain up here seems to be mostly flat, and then there are these mountains all over the place. So I was thinking like, oh, when I was looking at a map, like maybe I could take another way across, but to my left, or rather to my right, there's a big mountain that kind of cuts diagonally across. And when I looked at it on a map, I was like, oh, is this like some sort of weird golf course or something like that? But no, when you're there, you start seeing, like, look in the distance, there's just a mountain there. Like, it just kind of hangs out, and obviously people need to get around that. So it's an interesting typography. It's interesting to me to see, you know, urban design and bike lanes, but also consider the challenges of the, you know, I guess it's the geology that we're in. This is Meadow Park over here. And there seem to be some wonderful recreation spaces. Again, this is a college town, though. You know, college towns seem to be designed for people to be in and hang out. I've lived in a few of them in my time, and when I hang out in a college town, I often wonder why San Diego does not have more of a college town vibe, especially around our colleges. It baffles me. I don't know why around SDSU we don't have more of what we were seeing in the video yesterday. As expected, and as it happens, the bike lane kind of disappears here to give way to drivers. And we're at the intersection now of Broad Street, and I guess it's Broad Street and Santa Barbara Avenue. It's kind of a three-way up here when you get by the gas station, but doing the best we can. We're jockeying for spots. I'm going to make a right turn anyway, so I'm trying to figure it out. Although, and maybe you'll see in another video later, another time, I opted not to make this turn because we are getting on a road right now that is just 100% strode. Broad Street is aptly named. It is broad, and it is difficult to cross. There are shopping centers mostly on the left-hand side, which is the east side. The west side is on our right, and the west side is more residential. although they are building up the residential on the east side of this road that lines the train track. 40-mile-an-hour road. I mean, this reminds me of anywhere in San Diego, Friars Road, or some sections of University when you get east of the city quite a bit. You know, any number of routes, and I need to cross this at some point, which is going to be a little goofy. And maybe I should cross here, but again, I don't know the area. I'm doing the best I can. All in all, though, not horrible. Fast. It's going to be difficult to cross, but I don't hate this. I'm happy that there's at least some space for me, even though that space is inconsistent. But, I'm not blaming the city of SLO. We are in the south area. We're definitely away from the college center at this point. And I guess this is to be expected, but honestly, kudos on them for having a bike lane here. There are lots of these kind of roads, stroads that start, this is linking San Luis Obispo to whatever town is to the north, is to the south. This is going to take us, if I'm just looking on a map, this would take us straight out to the airport. And actually, come to think of it, riding on this, it reminds me a bit of when I took a bicycle out to Champaign-Urbana, Illinois. But the road would keep going and get to Los Ranchos and Edna, and then into some rural roads, which I'm sure don't have bike lanes until you get to Arroyo Grande. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are bike lanes there, and if I am wrong, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll correct myself. Thanks for coming along with me. I am going to try to cut across this road here, and you'll see it's clear, and the other side's clear, so I'm just making my way there. And from here, I am going to get to my destination, and we are going to drive less and ride a bike. Thanks so much.